Hey everyone, and welcome back to episode 6, right? Episode 6?
I have no idea.
Of the Real Talk Anime Podcast, where we know our episode numbers. Um, Today I am joined by not all the same people as normal. This week, Brooke couldn't make it. So you have me and you got Corbett, but then you got Hammy here, filling his shoes. Big shoes to fill, though.
Yeah,
think?
I'm just the substitute for today
Yeah.
for Brooke, aka Cooper. I know the podcast transition to using names now, so yeah,
This
I
sounds
went by
exhaustive
Hammy. I
already.
go by my IRL. I don't know my IRL
My
tag,
IRL
not
handle.
my IRL handle.
Our handle, the given handle.
My my spawn my actual
My
spawn.
non-gamer handle.
My non-gamer tag is
His IRL
Hamza.
tag?
My
Yeah.
IRL tag, yeah. So I go by that. But
Did you actually say what it was?
the
The
Hamza?
non-gamer handle? Did you
The
say what your name
non-gamer
is?
handle is Hamza. Hamza.
There you go.
aka Hamza.
I don't think you actually said it.
Oh my god.
Oh, he might
That's
have. He might have.
Okay, it might have just been V. Okay.
It's already
But yeah,
messed. Brooke's not here and it's falling apart. It's over, guys.
It's
Yeah,
already
dude.
falling apart. Jeez.
Today, it's sad that Brooke isn't here for this, but we just had to do it to him. So today, we are going to just do a general overview. We have Mal open on all of our computers, my anime list, and we're going to be going through the Winter 2021 season.
We're gonna be hyping up the next season, though I don't think it needs
Yeah.
us to hype it up. Really, it sort of just hypes itself up. Good
Sort
lord.
of just like giving our own unwanted takes on
Yeah, basically just hyping ourselves up for the winter season. And just because dude, okay, I'm just gonna start by saying this. Normally, when I check the next season of shows, first of all, I do it in multiple stages. Like, I'll check like many months ahead of time just to see what's been announced. But like sometimes things get announced kind of late, so like you'll check again a bit like a few weeks before the season starts, and then again when the season actually starts, so you can organize yourself and figure out what you're watching and stuff. That's how it usually goes for me. And like the 2021 season, I don't think has really changed that much in terms of the big titles that everyone's hyped for in months, because everyone has just known for like the last like 6 months that winter 2021 season, and I don't think you can argue this. It doesn't matter what you say. It's probably just like the best season for anime, hopefully, that we're gonna get.
in a really long time.
I think as long as I can remember that I've been watching seasonals.
I don't
Like,
think there's
I
been a
think-
better season than
Yeah.
what's coming up soon.
Yeah, and like, yeah, it's so crazy because like you guys all have it open, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Normally, like if you click on fall 2020, which is the season we're in right now, you'll see like the first couple of shows. Like for example, we see Jujutsu Kaisen and Haikyuu, and then
Mhm.
also Is It Okay to Pick Up Girls in a Dungeon or whatever it's called, season 3,
Mhm.
on like the first row, right? And that you're like, yeah, I know all those shows, and you're like, yeah, I'm watching like 2 of them. Maybe you're watching all 3. Maybe you're just watching 1, but like that's typically how it is. And then everything underneath that, you pick like a few and you watch those. And fall 2020 is like a decent season. It's like
It's
pretty
okay.
average, right?
It was a lot of
Yeah.
new stuff, really.
Yeah, but it's like a very average season, right?
Yeah, it's just average. It's not.
And then you look at
terrible.
winter 2021, right? And you look at the first 3, and already they're all 3 that I'm going to be watching, right?
Look at like the first 3 rows, and you're like, damn.
Yeah. You literally look at the first row. Well, it's like Attack on Titan. Literally, who's not going to watch that, right? Like December 7th.
It's probably
It's
like
just-
the most hyped
Yeah.
like show to come this next season.
Yeah. And then you just keep looking through, and I guess we can go through them one by one and just talk about what we're hyped about. But like, you just go through, and yeah, it's like literally the first 3 rows, 4 rows, and I'm like, dude, like, not only do I know all these shows, but I've been anticipating like the next season coming out too. Like, it's not just like, oh, I know that show. It's like I've been waiting for this season for years.
Like there's going to be like too much to watch. You're gonna be too busy to
Uh-huh.
be able to watch everything at the same time.
Yeah.
That's the
Yeah.
first time in a while that's gonna happen.
It's just like it's not even like the quality of the shows. It's not like mediocre shows as well. It's just like the best of the best, the tippy top of the iceberg
Yeah.
in terms of
it-
like acclaimed studios and acclaimed shows that like you're just so hyped for, and there's no shot that you're disappointed by these shows either.
Yeah. And you know what? It's kind of like, yeah, like basically what you said. Think about like all-star matches or whatever in like sports.
This is like
It's
the
ki-
all-star season.
It's like the all-star season, right? Like I look back at the last few years, like last 2 years or something, and I pick out all of my favorite seasonals from each season, and then I put them all in one season, and I
for
get
this
more,
season. Yeah.
and I get more too. Like there are some shows here that, yeah, we'll get to it. I don't want to spoil too much, but like obviously the first show is Attack on Titan final season,
Oh yeah.
which which like yeah, again, literally everyone is going to be watching this, and hopefully it's not a huge disappointment. I don't think it will be though, because
It
Attack on
won't.
Titan knows
All the
what they're
manga
doing.
readers have said it's just amazing. So
Yeah.
It's just like, so I'm a manga reader.
Yeah, this
There's
dude.
no shot that this season disappoints you. If you enjoyed Attack on Titan first season, if you enjoyed any season of Attack on Titan, there's no shot you're disappointed, because it just has it all. Like it has every element of every season that was enjoyable, and it just combines into this one amazing season. It's probably gonna go down as one of the greatest seasons in shonen history. Period.
For sure.
damn,
For
those are
sure,
some mighty
because-
words.
No, the reason why I'm saying this is it's just too good.
It's
Without
just too good.
spoiling, it's just too good. Like
Yeah.
it's just too good. There's like
People are
nothing
already
rivaling it.
saying without the final season that Attack on Titan is probably like an era defining anime, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like you think of Big Three, you think of, you know, there's really
Like the
staple
current Big
shows for
Three?
each. I don't know, like maybe like a modern era Big Three. I don't like saying modern era Big Three too much because I feel like there are a lot of really good shows that you could say that are kind of like Big Three worthy.
Well, like let's say like new age shonen. Well,
Yeah,
Attack on
it-
Titan's more like kind of like a kind of older
like-
age shonen too.
It's kind of like political and action as well. But
Mhm.
anyway, yeah, it's like when I think of,
It's
you know,
everything.
kind of like
Slice of
2000s. When I think of like 2000s, I think of like, oh yeah, like those big shonens. I don't know, like
Like
or like even
Naruto,
older.
Bleach.
Yeah, or you think even older, you think like Evangelion, Cowboy Bebop. I don't know exactly when they were released, but I'm assuming they're older than the 2000s.
Yeah, you got like the
Yeah.
classics.
Yeah, exactly. Like, and then you think like modern day, like in 20 years, you're gonna look back and be like, oh yeah, Attack on Titan is like the show that defined like the that decade, like 2010 to 2020 ish, basically.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that would make sense.
That among a few others, for sure. Like it's just so good.
It's one of the Death Notes. It's one of the
Yeah,
Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhoods.
exactly.
It's one of the.
exactly.
It's one of the Dragon. Actually, not.
It
Dragon
already
I don't know about
is,
Dragon
right?
Ball Z. Dragon Ball Z is
Uh,
like timeless.
Yeah,
but-
maybe not Dragon Ball,
Yeah,
but it
Dragon
already
Ball's
is one of
timeless.
those shows, right? And then now we're getting the final season, and all the manga readers are saying that it's better than all the other ones, and that it's just going to be so good as long as they don't do something really dumb or weird or out of pocket, right?
The only
So, like-
thing
Mm.
the only thing that could mess up this season is if they completely botch the animation like they did in One Punch Man. But based
Yeah.
off the
Yeah.
trailer,
Oh, it
um,
looks good so far.
it looks good. Like this
Is it
thing.
the same studio?
Yeah, it's always
Yeah, I
been,
think so.
Okay, cool. So it's not like we're like worried about anything.
No,
Yeah,
we
we-
shouldn't. We
we
shouldn't be worried about
anything.
anything.
Yeah.
The only thing you should be worried about is you not having enough hype. Basically,
Just being not hyped enough.
basically your mind. If you're a religious anime watcher and you completely refuse to read the manga, you're gonna have to restrain yourself from going and reading the manga during like during the
Like each
release.
week?
Each week, you're gonna have to
Yeah.
like you're gonna have to download like some sort of ad block, and you're just gonna have to block out
Manga block.
manga block. You're just gonna
Yeah.
Every
have to
time you click on a manga site,
Someone
it just
make
pushes
that.
you out.
Someone make that.
actually like it's gonna be you're gonna be so tempted to just it's gonna be bad. And one other thing I would recommend: don't talk to any manga readers during this time.
Don't
even-
don't look
Spoil
at
that.
comment sections. Don't look at anything.
Do
Yeah.
not look at comment sections. Do not look at like anything that could possibly contain spoiler material, because guess what? This is so actually, you know what? I'll use like an example for this. You know when the Avengers movie first came out,
Yeah.
And people were like, "Don't talk
And-
about Avengers."
and people were like, "Don't spoil the Avengers."
Do you remember when I accidentally spoiled that?
Oh my god! And like it's gonna be the equivalent to that, in my opinion. Like
Yeah.
people are just gonna be spoiling the
Dude,
show
Cooper
left and
already
right.
got spoiled, and it's still so far away.
I'm telling you, it's like every anime fan needs to be on red alert, because this is
Yeah.
like
Just 2 weeks left.
this
People are
is
going to be
critical.
looking
This
to
is the
ruin your
critical
fun.
period of time where you need to be building hype while simultaneously not spoiling the show for yourself.
Yeah.
So
Mhm.
rip
Only
to
2
anyone
weeks,
who got
though.
it spoiled.
Jesus,
Only
it's
2
gonna be
weeks.
hard because like okay, I promise I'm not saying this because it's the next one on my anime list. But like when back in like I think it was winter 2019,
Mhm.
maybe. Yeah, I think it was like the very beginning of 2019 season. There was Promised Neverland, right?
Right.
and like that's like a really suspenseful show, right?
You boarded the hype train so hard for Promise
Dude,
Neverland.
dude. So just let me explain, right? When every week, and by the way, I still stand by the hype train for this show. Every
Oh,
week,
yeah.
I would watch the episode after I came home on I think Wednesdays or Thursdays.
It
I
would
can't
be a
remember which day it
Wednesday.
was.
I remember because it was the same day.
No,
No,
The
I
Shield
think
Wednesdays.
Shield Hero. I think
Shield Hero was
came out.
Wednesdays, and then
Yeah.
No, Promise Neverland
Promise
was
Neverland
Wednesdays,
was
I think.
I think Fridays.
No,
I think it was
that was
Wednesdays.
not Fridays. That was not Fridays.
It doesn't
Okay,
really
well,
matter.
either
does
way,
it?
right? Either way, right? I'd come home and I would be so hyped to watch this episode, right? I'd get some snacks or whatever I need, and then all of a sudden, I'd just be like completely absorbed, right? And even if not that much happened in an episode, which usually that didn't really happen much, but even if like that was the case, I always at the end was like, oh my god, I literally cannot wait until next week. But I managed to hold back until the end of the season, and I never like found any spoilers. I never searched anything up, went on any wikis, read the manga.
Yeah.
But then, obviously,
Okay,
as you guys
man.
know,
Okay,
as you guys
buddy.
know, after I was like, it's too good. I can't go another season without watching Promise Neverland, right? So I literally bought the manga.
Did you
I
buy
bought the
whole
manga
thing?
starting.
This
No,
man
so
bought
the the what was it? I think the anime ended it in like one of so the manga is sold in volumes.
Well, that's how
And
it is, yeah.
the manga, the anime ended at the end of volume 1.
no, it didn't.
Right?
It didn't. It ended. It
No,
ended
two, I
halfway
think.
through volume 5.
Oh, really?
Oh my god, wait.
There's
Yeah,
that many
yeah, yeah.
volumes? Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
there are
yeah,
20
yeah.
volumes, aren't there?
Yeah, they have a lot of volumes.
Mm-hmm.
It ended halfway through volume 5, and each volume covers a bunch of chapters, right?
Mhm.
then-
Right.
And then I like literally looked up and found exactly what things I would have to buy so I could just continue from where I left off. And that
Mhm.
was starting at 5. So I bought 5, 6, 7, and 8.
Did you read them?
I read half of 5. And
Oh,
I'm such like an
no.
anti-manga reader. Like I just would so much rather watch it in anime and
Oh.
eat stuff at the same time, and like like really like like I don't know. I'm not a reader. Basically, I'm just not a reader.
This buddy
So,
has no idea.
It's not just manga. It's not just manga,
Oh,
right?
God.
Yeah, I know. You guys know more
Yo,
about the
you
show
read
than I
the
do.
entire
You guys know
manga.
more about what happens than I do. So I only made
It's
it to like
such a
the
good show.
tree, like when there's that underground tree thing. and they
Right,
got, like,
yeah.
yeah, like right after they
Mhm,
skate
mhm.
in the forest. That's as far
Whoa,
as
that's
I made it.
spoilers, isn't it?
I mean, dude, I didn't really say anything, but sure.
Okay, man. It's kind of spoilers, but not
That's
really.
where I made it, right?
It's such an early spoiler. It doesn't.
Yeah,
not a
it's
real
like
spoiler.
literally right after, and it's not like it means anything. I didn't
It
say what
doesn't.
happened, but yeah.
No.
But
it
yeah,
doesn't.
so like after the show, I just made it to like that part right there in the manga, and then I just stopped. And I still have the book. I still have the manga. It's on my desk right now. Like just,
Honestly,
like, in
you're gonna
reach.
Go ahead,
feel
buddy.
this-
Read it.
You're gonna feel the same way though after the first episode of Promise Neverland drops again though,
Mm-hmm.
because like
I'm hyped. I'm hyped.
Promise Neverland is actually like so the manga ended very recently.
Oh yeah.
Maybe like a month or two ago.
the
Carter.
whole thing. No, it was. I think I finished reading it in like September, like early September,
Right. Okay. Yeah. So, yeah, like 3 months ago.
3 months ago, I think.
Yeah, I
maybe
think it's
4, something like that.
I remember you guys saying something like that.
Mm-hmm.
But essentially, the amount of world building that goes on in the show from this point onwards is like absolutely ridiculous.
Huge.
Like,
It's. Oh my god. It's so. Oh,
So basically, they give you exactly what you want.
they give
because
you everything you want.
They've been isolated. They've been isolated on like a literal farm for for the entire first season.
Like,
it's
it's sort of
crazy.
slow
Like,
over
and they
time,
finally
but you
escape,
learn
and it's
so
like,
much.
Wait,
about,
what?
Like it's slow. Like you learn it sort of slowly over time, but you learn so
Oh.
much about how much world building
my
there
God.
actually is in the background.
Yeah.
Like you saw like the tiniest little scrape of the
The
tip of an
details.
iceberg
Yeah.
so far
Like
in the show.
the show is crazy basically, right? But everyone
Yeah.
already knew this. But essentially, like, one thing that I sort of disagree with, like, in the hype train about is the categorization of the show as like a shonen, because I don't believe.
It doesn't follow the shonen formula.
It doesn't follow
Not
the
really,
shonen
no.
formula, yeah. So like a lot of people were saying that like they categorized. I think some people categorized the Promised Neverland was in like the big three of current like or like modern shonen, right?
No.
Yeah. Even Mal right now has it classified as shonen as well.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
but
don't
it's like
think
the
it-
last tag.
mhm.
Well, yeah,
For,
but
at least it shows for
I
me.
think that just shows up as like the last tag on most of anything with
Oh, is it-
shonen. It is the
it's
last
probably-
tag on everything.
Yeah. Okay, my bad.
Yeah. But I don't think it's shonen in my opinion.
It's not shonen. Like like
Like-
it's a thriller. Like I don't know.
Yeah,
maybe
it's-
maybe you could say adventure too.
I
if
would
it
say
becomes adventure after
adventure,
this.
sci-fi. Yeah, everything I agree with on their tags except for shonen. Yeah,
It's all
Yeah,
sci-fi
slice of
mystery,
life.
psychological thriller. I wouldn't say as much.
Yeah,
slice of
shonen
life,
doesn't really make
but-
sense. I don't. But even if it was a shonen, I don't think I would love this show, right? But I don't think it's a big three level. You know, like no way.
The thing
It
is,
depends
no
on
shot.
it depends on how hype the anime gets, because the
Fair
manga is
enough,
really
fair
good, and it depends on how the animation carries that through.
yeah, I agree with that 100% because there's a lot of room
Like there
for
are
like
5
artistic
seasons they
creativity.
can get. You can make
Yeah.
5 seasons out of the manga easily, maybe 6.
Yeah, for sure,
That's
for
hype.
sure.
That's hype. That's
Like
hype.
it's
That's
really
hype.
long and it's really really good.
And but like the only thing I'm worried about is there's a lot of detail in the manga, and when I mean a lot of detail, I mean like it goes down to like the specifics. Like there's like a whole lore and like there's
You
like
have like the history of everything and like
the
yeah, there's-
history of like everything. Yeah, we're trying to say it. Me and Carter are trying to say it.
Trying not to spoil anything.
spoiling.
Yeah, don't spoil anything. Don't spoil.
trying
But
really hard
like
not to say
essentially,
anything.
it's so intricate and there's so much
Mm.
like there's like an order to the madness in
Right.
that show.
Mhm.
And I feel like if you remove even like a small element of that, you take
Yeah.
away from the basis of like what the show really is about.
Mm.
And I feel like that will leave, if they end up doing that in the animation, that's gonna leave a lot of like that's gonna leave a sour taste in the mouth of the viewers because the season one's quality and execution of the lore and everything was perfect. Like
Yeah.
Mhm.
that was like really good, and as a
Okay.
manga reader, I can tell you that as well. Like it was really good, but just that consistency like
Yeah.
having that consistency carried out into other seasons is going to be harder for this show specifically because of the amount of world building. Right, like there's
Oh, yeah, it'll be
Basically, it's
hard.
deep.
it's deep.
'Cause-
It gets really deep and it gets deep
Yeah.
very fast. And
So basically,
Mhm.
they just need to be able to keep up, I guess, with. They
Yeah.
basically just can't screw up the amount of details that matter and the order of things as well.
oh yeah, for sure. Like,
I'm talking. I'm just guessing because I haven't read it, but yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But
well,
yeah, I'm regardless, right? This is still gonna be a show that I'm gonna watch the entire way through. So
Oh yeah, I'm
like
interested
they've gained my patronage.
I'm interested to see how they do the animation for some of the horror elements, some of the really like psychological
Oh.
horror stuff.
right, yeah.
Because if they pull that off correctly, like the manga was really good at making you feel uncomfortable at certain times. Because
Oh, okay.
the depictions were really, really good.
The anime did that pretty well as well.
Yeah, I'm hoping the anime continues to like deliver that same sort of feeling.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
The thing is, there are
That makes
elements
sense.
of a lot of like I don't want to say goth horror, but like sort of like there's a lot of gore, I guess,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and like there's like a lot of gruesome scenes in the manga that you might not be like you've already seen a couple in the anime, right? Like with
Yeah.
You gotta remember as far back as
That's literally like
make
the-
sure you're
the-
wrong.
Bro,
the
literally
first
just think
episode.
first episode. Yeah.
where that's like the first episode where like
Fuck.
Connie just like gets
Oh,
murked.
so sad.
Just gets like
rolled.
just gets absolutely clapped on and rolled by like
Jesus.
some freaking giant 7 foot 8 feet tall demon
Yeah.
mongoloid
death
monkey
god
death
idiots.
god idiot that just absolutely claps her and
Yeah.
shoves her in a truck, and you're just like
Like what the fuck is that?
like that level of surprise is something you will definitely carry that
Yeah.
it'll carry into the next
If
season. for
if they
sure.
can do
Mhm.
that, then that's enough.
Oh,
I
yeah,
think.
you're gonna
I mean,
get
there's
that,
a
like,
lot
all the
more.
time.
There's a lot more to it, but yeah.
That's gonna be like everywhere here on out.
rolled, smoked, and clapped on. Though. That's like the epitome of this show.
Yeah. Oh my god, man! I just remembered that scene. I remember it so well, and now I'm just even more excited
Holy
because they're
moly.
definitely gonna hit us with something crazy in the first episode too.
Oh.
So I'm just excited.
Yeah, like
maybe.
maybe we'll see. Like
We'll
I
see,
don't know
we'll
how.
Well, they always do a scare, right? Even if it's not a major scare.
Oh yeah,
right.
yeah. I think I know what it's gonna be, but I can't say it. So
Yeah, I can't say it either.
Yeah.
All right,
The other show on the first row is Slime.
slimy Sakai,
Okay.
slime Sakai.
Yeah. So I have a take about this show that I want to explain to you guys
Mhm.
because basically, when I
What-
started watching that show, I was really into isekai, right?
Isekai
Like
Garbage
the
Man.
first
We all
season.
remember.
Yeah, I was
Isekai
still
Garbage
Isekai
Man.
Garbage Man.
Mhm.
In fact, I think that was like kind of the beginning of the Isekai Garbage Man phase, to be honest.
Oh lord, that was
And
like
you
a
know
year
what?
and a
And you
half
know
ago.
what? When I think back, it's not that bad. It's pretty good.
Yeah, I
And
liked it. It was okay.
but I never actually finished it
Oh,
because I
I
think it was
started it,
24
but I
episodes,
never
right?
finished it either.
It was like 24 episodes, I think, the first
It was
season.
long. It was
I
pretty
think
long.
so.
Like, I
Yeah,
think,
it was.
yeah.
I don't think it was your normal 12 episodes. So
Mm-mm.
I remember I watched well past the 12, and I think I made it to about episode 18.
It was
And
a
episode
rare
18 is kind of
length.
like, yeah, I know, right? Episode 18 is kind of like that point in a lot of anime where like I've made it this far, but there's still about a quarter of it left, and do I actually think it's worth finishing? And if I don't think so, I just don't. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And like it wasn't so bad that I couldn't finish or anything like that, but I just sort of got distracted with other stuff. I probably found some other show to watch, or maybe school got busy. I don't remember, but I just stopped watching it, and always told myself that I would have to go back and finish it because I knew that they announced the second season a while ago, and I wanted to watch it. So I'm excited about the second season, but it is at the end of the day the classic isekai formula of you spawn in, you're kind of overpowered, you make friends, you formulate your group, it keeps getting bigger, except this is just on such a big scale. Like he starts off as like literally just random ass
So
slime in the
random
middle of a
slime
cave.
with OP
Yeah.
abilities. Yeah.
Yeah, and then recruits a few people and gets like a good squad of mercenaries, and then literally creates an entire nation.
That was
And-
crazy. He just
and then-
becomes like the
yeah,
president
and then it
of
becomes
a new
political,
nation.
and like honestly, the politics isn't all that bad.
I like the politics part. That
It
felt
becomes a bit
refreshing
political, and it
compared to
becomes
like
a bit more
most shows.
interesting, juicy.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I don't know. I want to watch it. I'm excited for it, and I'm probably gonna have more time on my hands over the winter. So during that time, I'll probably be looking for a lot more shows. So I'm probably gonna watch it. But yeah, like I don't actually think it's amazing though. I don't think it's like an amazing show.
I think
And
it's
that was
like
kind of the take.
yeah,
There's-
it's just
there's-
okay. I agree with
That's
you.
like it's like the staple isekai for a season where there's not a lot of hype. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah. So it got more hype,
Mhm.
I think, than maybe.
maybe it deserved, but I feel like that show specifically is gonna get overshadowed by a
Yeah,
lot of
it
will be
by a
for
lot
sure.
of
For sure.
like it's
for
already
sure.
Definitely.
overshadowed, right? By
We have
Promised
so much still to
Neverland.
talk
No, but here's
about,
the thing, right?
holy-
That's what I think too. I agree with you, but like I feel like we might get surprised. Like it might be a bit of an upset almost because Slime, when it first aired, was watched by a lot of like I want to say like normies, right? What I mean by that is like people who watch anime a lot watched it and thought it was okay or good or they liked it a lot. I don't know, whatever. They had their opinions, but then
Mhm.
people who like didn't really watch that much anime but were looking for some random seasonal that I knew at least personally, it always seemed to be Slime. Like, and I have a lot of like family friends and stuff who kind of like occasionally watch anime, like just on a semi frequent basis, and like they have watched Slime, and I'm like, why?
Well, I think
The
it's because like the
algorithm.
comedy elements of
It's
it.
actually the algorithm, dude.
It's the
We live in a
algorithm.
society.
We
I
live in a
think-
society.
I think it's just lighthearted
Because
and,
it's
like,
not that
comedic.
great, but it's like it's good.
Yeah,
I
so,
guess
like,
it's just like a
it's
lighthearted
colorful
show
and
that's
stuff.
cool and modern. So maybe that's.
I
why,
mean,
but-
like you need shows like that though in anime.
yeah,
Though,
that's
like
true.
shows like you can't. You need the baseline shows to hold a standard. Like Slime is a good show in the sense that it's
Yeah.
just an anime you can enjoy and then forget about later. It's not
Yeah,
a
like,
show
I
that
don't
you'll
even
ever go
remember the
back and
ending.
rewatch. It's not a show
yeah.
that. Yeah, but like it's not a show you'll ever go back and rewatch. It's not a show that you might recommend to someone. But it's just
Uh,
a show
but it
that
was
you
okay.
watch for like your own pleasure, and then you just
yeah.
you know.
I just like yeah, it was
Yeah.
alright.
And it's not like it's like extremely long or anything, but it's long enough for you to get invested and like actually go all the way through and enjoy it.
Yeah, it's just like something you'll add to your mal and then just be like,
Yeah.
that
Like,
was
okay, I watched
maybe
that.
this was a waste of
Alright.
time, but I guess that's what they call.
Wait, do you guys actually update your mouse?
Every now
ha-
and then, yeah.
I actually do not. I've never
Bro.
created. I've yet to. I'm like a fake anime fan. I've never
too.
made a mal.
You've
and I
never made
never-
a
I
round?
don't know if I have an. I don't even know if I have an account yet. But if I
Oh.
do, it's empty.
It's so.
Can't
you know what?
believe this.
My goal for the winter break is going to be to
Oh my
to make
God.
a mal and
Dude.
add every single anime.
Wait,
On
let's
my
actually do it
Mal,
together.
I have 105 completed animes.
Oh, dude, that's actually light. I have definitely watched more than that.
Whoa,
Oh
whoa,
my god,
listen,
we could
listen.
actually make it like
That's
a big
actually-
thing.
One of
though,
those
like
was
Yeah,
Bleach.
wait,
Another
Ham,
one
Ham.
was Naruto. So
mal adding party.
Ham. Yeah, Ham. Over the holidays, since COVID is still an issue, and it's not like people can actually get together and stuff.
Yeah,
let's do a Discord Mal party.
Discord
Mal party,
party.
let's go.
Yeah,
Mal
Cooper and I
party.
did
everyone
one at
goes
like
in.
2
Everyone
a.m.
goes and buys some snacks. We can all share our screens,
That's so
and we
weird.
can just all update our Mals if you already have one, and or if you don't have one, create one. So I think me and you, Ham, are gonna be busy for like probably more than one day, to be honest.
I'll be
I
more
scrolled through
motivated on
thousands of
updating my
anime.
Mal than any other assignment I've ever had in school. Like this is it.
Yeah.
This is
This is
intrinsic
dude, I've been-
motivation.
Honestly, I've come close to actually like late at night when I'm like in the Discord with some friends, like, oh yeah, like maybe I should make a Mal after all. Like I think this happened once over the summer. We were all in a Discord call,
Yeah, we
and
were.
and
yeah.
I think Corbett and a few other people were like making a Mal
I
can't
made my
really
Mal
remember
with Cooper at the same
because
time.
we also made an anime tier list that same day. Remember that?
Did we?
Yeah, we made an anime tier list. I have it saved on my computer somewhere.
Clearly, it wasn't large enough because
Oh my
then
God,
you'd have
we
to have
did.
hundreds on
I-
there.
Well,
We
yeah,
did
I mean,
with
it had like
Jay.
it had like 70 shows or something on
We
it.
did
It
it
wasn't
with
that many.
many.
we did it with I can't say his name. I'll just say Jay. We
Yeah,
did it
yeah,
with
yeah.
Jay.
Yeah.
That was funny.
That was fun.
It
Yeah.
was the same day Cooper and Jay did like the the other.
Oh,
I remember that.
okay, that's cringe. That's cringe. That's
That's
cringe.
like,
That's
I'm not
cringe.
gonna
That's,
talk.
Too
I'm not
cringe.
gonna say
Too
that,
cringe. Too
but-
cringe.
Alright,
That's
we
stupid.
spent some time talking about Slime Isekai. Spent a long time talking about a show we thought was just okay.
Yeah, true.
But next we do have the upcoming season of Doctor Stone, for which I think
Oh
I've
my
read the
God.
entire plot.
Wait, you read
in-
it?
Yeah,
I
Have you just
Dr.
read all
Stone
these
as well.
things?
maybe. No, I haven't read ReZero. Because that's a light
Okay.
novel.
Dude, Doctor Stone, I am so hyped.
It's
Wait,
so
let me check
good.
what day it's getting released. If it's announced yet. I don't think it is actually.
It's a little
So
odd, but it's still
I-
good.
I haven't
it's
watched
not
Doctor
announced yet.
Stone because I read it.
You didn't watch like
Okay.
any of the
I
first
watched the
season?
first episode and then I read the rest of it. But I
Oh, this
dropped
guy.
reading it after like a couple months ago. But I was caught up until then.
I think
Were
it's
you,
been like
like,
a
past the
year
point
since I
of the
watched
manga?
read it.
Or
I
the
was-
anime, I mean.
I was way past the point.
Oh yeah, you.
Oh, okay, okay.
He's.
I
if
was
you read to
I
that
think
point,
even
then-
further past Carter. Like this was like
No, I caught up to
I-
it.
oh you're still caught up to it?
Not still, but like 8
You
months
caught
ago.
up at some point,
like
and
that
now
kind
you're-
of caught up.
yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
about like 30 chapters, or not 30, but like maybe 20 chapters behind at the moment. But
Mm-hmm.
it's okay. I can catch up on that whenever. But the thing with
Dude,
this Doctor Stone
yeah?
season is it's gonna be hype. Like it's
Oh,
I know where
okay.
the
The war
last
arc
season
is
ended
good.
off. It's good.
Yeah.
It's,
The
it's-
Stone
it's
Wars is
really
good.
sick.
It's a good arc.
Dude, I just love, like, okay, I know this is cringe, right? But
Mhm.
Doctor Stone, like the actual doctor, right? The guy. What's his name again?
What's his name?
I forget his name.
No way we
Wait,
forget this dude's
What
name.
is
The
his name?
doctor.
Senku.
The doctor
Sen-
Senku.
Oh my
Holy.
god. Dude,
Senku.
Senku always says like 1 million. Was it 1 million% or like
1
what was
million
it?
percent or 100 million
So,
percent. One of those.
100 million%, whatever, just big number percent, right?
Yeah,
I started saying that because of him, right?
that's cringe.
I know it's cringe. But like, okay, honestly, that was a pretty random thing to say because
Yeah.
it doesn't really show how much I like the show.
Yeah, it's cringe.
But
Just
but
exposed
I
himself
promise
for
you-
being cringe.
Yeah, I just exposed myself for being cringe and I didn't even get anything about it. But the point was supposed to be that I love the show so much that I tried to be like the main character. That was kind of like the idea I was going for.
Oh my
Oh, I
god.
see. So it's also cringe.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah, so it's
also-
still cringe.
That's cringe, but it's still cringe.
Okay, man. Okay, man. You guys talk. Fuck. I'm gonna drink my water now.
It's hard to talk without spoiling it though. Cause I mean, it's just. What can
Well,
I even
like
say?
the thing
Like,
with the Doctor Stone, right? Like, actually, no. I'm gonna start with the question. Do you guys think Doctor Stone classifies as isekai?
No.
mm,
Well,
no.
nah.
No, I don't think so.
Nah, it doesn't.
It doesn't
It
because
it
isekai.
fits the formula though, does it not?
I think isekai
Kind of.
usually has to do with like you go to a completely different like world where like there are cultures and like people inhabiting them like to a degree of which that's normal that's to like this world. So like a different world that's developed and stuff,
Yeah,
right?
I think
It's
usually,
usually
the
fantasy.
idea of isekai is that you're, and it's also like that you're like teleported to another world, right?
Like would you consider Steins Gate isekai? Probably not, even though we just
No,
there's time
definitely not.
travel. And so
Yeah,
this
I
is
don't
kind of
think
just time travel.
qualifies.
Mhm.
But then again, if it was like oh, there's this disaster that causes people to freeze, and then all of a sudden you get teleported. Well, like you get teleported as in like you wake up 33,000 or whatever years later, and now you're in like some world, and it starts to now follow the formula. that would make sense, I think, to classify it as an isekai. Because even though he's not like really teleported to another world, and it's not exactly the same, it's like a more creative way of doing it than like getting
Yeah,
hit by a
that's
truck.
what I was. That's
Mhm.
what I was gonna say. Like, it's not.
I guess it's debatable. You could say it is.
Like if you abstract it far enough, then you could technically argue for it being an isekai. But if you actually just it fits the formula, but it's not an actual isekai. Like you know,
Yeah.
it's not an isekai.
Yeah,
when
I
you're
know.
watching
Yeah,
it.
and also like not gonna lie, isekai. Even though some of them are actually really good, isekai kind of has a bad rep, right? So I don't
Yeah.
really like to call isekais that I like isekais. I prefer to call them by something else, unless it's literally explicitly one. Like
So
obviously
it's
Konosuba,
explicitly
for
and has
example.
like no other
Like Konosuba
purpose.
is explicitly an isekai, but it also makes fun of those types of
Yeah.
shows. So like I'm not like embarrassed or anything to call it an isekai, but like for example, I don't like calling Sao an isekai, right? It kind of is though.
Yeah,
It is
It's like the
it
first
basically
isekai.
is.
Well, it's not the first one, but it's like the one that started the movement of all the light novels that were created.
The
Mhm.
gateway drug for
The-
isekai.
Yeah.
The beginning of
So-
isekai garbage.
It's funny too, because like
The true
I don't know if you guys
origin.
ever heard like any like AniTubers or something talk about it, but like I've watched Giguk say it so many times on their podcast as well as like in his videos, where it's basically like the entire thing about isekai becoming huge in the last few years, and it's still pretty big, is that like Sao happened in like 2013 or something like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
And a bunch of like kind of like low profile authors that didn't really have anything going for them, and people that weren't authors before were super inspired by it because it was actually really good, right?
At the time, it was
Uh,
kind of new, you know.
Yeah, and it was fresh, and it was actually like a really nice thing. And I'm pretty sure the light novel is actually just good too. Like,
I haven't
anyway,
read it. I don't
but-
know.
yeah, I don't know either. But point being, like, a lot of people were inspired, right? And then it started the wave, right? Because people were like, oh, I should start writing my own light novel because this is some random guy who's uploading his stuff online, right?
Mhm.
So then they started doing that, and more of them started getting enough attention as I guess that type of audience started to grow too, and it just got to a point where pretty much any silly garbage could get adapted.
Any
into an
isekai gar-
Isekai with
the
your
isekai
cell
garbage
phone,
man's flooded
isekai
the
with like a
industry.
plunger or something.
Yeah.
Like you could do
and then
anything.
people
with
and then
isekai.
people like me and then people like me in like 2018 or something like would basically just spend all their time watching like teleport to another world as a toilet and stuff. And like teleport to another world with my smartphone and all sorts of other crap. And yeah, it was bad. I'm not proud of that phase that I had. But anyway, yeah, my point was like it's kind of almost scary too, because like that could happen with a lot of things, right? Like
Oversaturate
like, what
any
if-
genre.
yeah, you
It's
could
possible.
basically just saturate one genre by making something extremely good, right?
And then everyone
I'm pretty
copies
sure-
it.
I'm pretty sure ReZero, for example, was actually inspired by Sao. So
I believe it. Yeah.
I may be wrong about that. Don't quote me, but I'm pretty sure ReZero was a light novel that
It is a
was
light
written-
novel. Hmm.
Yeah, and it was written by the author who was like, oh, Sao is really cool. Let me do that.
Are we still talking about Dr. Stone, or we just we're just on that
Dude, it's all
isekai
good.
tangent?
I mean, each time we talk about a show, it doesn't really matter if we just go off topic because all these shows that we're mentioning, guys, are like literally top tier anyway, right? So
Oh yeah, like most of these
I
are
don't feel like I
second
need to tell
seasons
you.
or further
Yeah.
seasons, so you've probably already watched them. We don't have to tell you too much
Uh-huh.
about them. But basically, we can say that Doctor Stone, this arc's gonna be pretty hype.
Yeah, and definitely if you have to pick like top few shows to watch, Doctor Stone should be definitely a contender for one of those spots.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm definitely gonna be
So-
watching it
so
next
it-
season.
Actually, we should sort of like do this thing where we confirm, because me and Carter have basically read the manga for like 3 out of the 4 that we've talked about so far.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
So we can say those 3 out of the 4 that we read the manga for, that it'll live up to its hype. Basically, we can say
yeah.
Mhm.
Doctor Stone, it should live up to its hype, right, Carter?
Yeah, I think it's gonna be good. I think it's not revolutionary, but like it's gonna be enjoyable, like for sure.
It's gonna be definitely just if you
I think
enjoyed the
it's at
first
least as
season.
good as the last season.
If
Yeah,
you enjoyed the first
definitely.
season, you'll
Okay.
enjoy it just as much as the first season.
Okay, cool.
Just only thing I'd sort of caution about is like the pacing might be a little bit slow, I
Little
guess.
weird.
Yeah, the pacing might be a little weird or different from what you're expected to from
Mm.
sort of, I guess, like shonen, because a lot of people
Yeah.
classify this as shonen, which is sort of isn't.
Yeah,
I
think
don't
it
know.
is.
I
I
think
think
it
it
is
counts.
shonen because like they sort of gain new powers, but it's like technology, you know.
That's pretty original concept for even for shonen though. So
For
like,
sure, for sure.
either way though, like it won't follow the standard shonen pacing, but it'll still be like worth your time basically. So this show is definitely gonna live up to its hype.
Yeah, I'm pretty hyped about that, and I'm also pretty hyped about the next one. To be honest, like, what is it even called in English, bro?
The quintessential
Quintessential
quintuplets, man.
quintuplets. I never watched it, to be honest.
Oh my god, you didn't watch it? Did you read it or anything? Do you know anything?
No,
about it?
I don't know anything about it. I know that there's one of the girls that everyone really likes, and I don't remember which one. I think it's like
that's the one with the headphones. I think so.
That's
The
the one?
gamer
Okay,
one.
I thought it was the one
Yeah,
with like
it's a
the
gamer
bow, but never mind. I don't know.
Oh, okay.
I
could
clearly
be wrong.
don't know enough about
I
the
actually don't
show.
know what the common opinion is. I don't know what the common opinion is. But dude, basically, I'll give you the rundown of the show. So, it's literally like instead of doing second season, they put a double integral, right? And the idea behind that is
yeah.
because, so this guy is like a really, really disciplined, smartest guy in the school, student from a poor family,
Okay.
and he needs to find a job. I think it was, to help out his dad and his little sister, right?
Okay.
And they live in like some like random rundown like apartment or whatever. But anyway, yeah, and he finds a job, and that job is tutoring these 5 sisters, right?
Okay.
I forget exactly how he ended up in this position, but it was some random like comedy thing because it is a comedy.
Yeah.
And he sort of just ended up in a situation where basically he's now tutoring these 5 sisters all at once, right? But there's 2 things. First of all, they're rich. They're from like a super rich family and stuff like that.
Let's go.
And then 2, it's a harem. So
he's catching bank and he's getting girls. Let's go.
Yeah, exactly. So he gets paid a lot, 1, and then 2, it's also literally harem. So
Yeah.
he has all these girls, and then obviously you have all the different like character tropes, and you have like the kind of like sporty girl, like who maybe like isn't, who's like not really into the guy or whatever like too much, but like
You
she
got
likes him.
the tomboy
tsundere.
tsundere kind of.
Yeah, you got the gamer shy girl. You got the
You have
outgoing
every
bow
archetype
girl. Yeah, exactly.
of anime character. Okay.
Yeah, pretty much. And then like it's kind of difficult, right? It's actually hard because you have to decide who main girl is, right? And like they make the main girl clear, right? Like kind of. It's like the main red-haired girl, like the red-haired girl, if that makes any sense. Not like the
That does
shade
not
version.
help. Like the
girl
one
in the
the
middle
one
of
in
the
the
art.
middle
Okay,
of
okay.
yeah.
I was gonna
Yeah.
say, I think I can like just from this poster, from this art, I can
Yeah.
figure out every single character archetype. Like left
But-
one
but-
is cheerful dumb, then we got
Yep.
tomboy, and then we got main
Yep.
girl,
Yep.
and then we have shy gamer, and then we have Seiso on the right side, which is like
Yep.
the princess character.
That's actually exactly true.
Like I could just tell you immediately.
Yeah, so it's not really that original or anything like that, but it's just well, first of all, it's funny.
Mm-hmm.
Second of all, it's kind of like it's not like the type of like cheap harem that like harem is a cheap genre
It
in
comes
itself.
off as very superficial, like a very superficial show, like trash, you know?
like it's trying like they're kind of breaking the fourth wall in a sense. It's almost the way that I see it is like it's almost kind of like how Konosuba makes fun of isekai. It's just not as explicit, not nearly as
Yeah.
explicit, but
Okay.
like I do think that they did this like ironically to a degree. So it's kind of funny in that regard, but then also the relationships between the characters, and then obviously you pick a girl that you like the most or whatever, and you want the guy to end up with her. And then there's like moments with each character and everything. It's like a classic harem, right? So
Okay.
but yeah,
Yeah.
basically it's just a cool show. And I remember last season, like the first season that it aired, I think was the same time as Promised Neverland, I think actually. And I was pleasantly surprised. I just randomly started watching it because I had some free time, and yeah, it was a good surprise to me. Like I loved it.
So I never watched
Nice.
the anime, but I went and read
Uh-huh.
the manga for the whole thing.
What?
Okay, man.
The manga's over.
This guy's
Uh,
crazy.
okay.
It's done
Oh,
releasing.
do you find? I don't think you find out who he ends up with, right?
You-
Don't tell me who though.
You
If-
do actually.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah,
That's
you
crazy.
do.
So
So-
the big thing, Carter, about this entire show, right, is that in the very first episode, it shows the guy at a wedding with one of the girls, right?
But you don't
But
know
it-
which one.
Yeah, but you can't tell which one because they all look kind of similar, and like the colors are not clear, and you can't see her face or anything.
Ah, okay.
So they kind of mask her a bit, and then it's like, okay, so which one does he end up with, right? And you kind of just automatically assume it's the girl in the middle. I've tried to find a spoiler in the past. I admit, I'm guilty
You
of that.
looked for
But I actually
spoilers?
couldn't find an answer. I couldn't find an answer. 'Cause I still don't know who wins. but I don't want to know, so don't spoil it.
Well, I don't know.
I meant Hammy.
Yeah, the thing is, like, the show has has the ability to be like your typical harem slice of
Yeah.
life,
Uh-huh.
like basically just standard show. But at the
Uh-huh.
same time, it has the ability to be very deep at some points, and
Uh-huh.
have like moments where you can actually like see what the author was trying to do, and
Right.
the execution at some parts in the manga were actually very well done. Like
Yeah.
this is definitely like a memorable manga. Like this show is definitely memorable to the people who watch it, because
Yeah.
obviously it's getting a second season, which like otherwise it wouldn't. But
Yeah.
definitely like the show, it's not going to be like anything crazy or insane, right? Because
Yeah.
obviously like that
It's
doesn't
not
fit his
that
genre.
good. Yeah.
It's not insanely like it's not the craziest show of all time, but
Yeah.
definitely it's going to be something that I look forward to watching for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Because even though I didn't watch the first season, I'm probably gonna end up watching the second. Actually, no, I did watch the first season, and now I'm probably gonna end up watching the second season,
Yeah, you
because
definitely
I know
could.
even though I know it happens, it's definitely something.
It's just that
I'll probably.
enjoyable, I guess.
It's just
Good, yeah.
enjoyable.
It's also kind
Hmm.
of like wholesome too. It's a harem, but it's also like romance. It's not
Wholesome
like
harem.
a action harem show or anything like that, right? Like it's like romance themed.
Yeah.
So
Mhm.
it's a rom com. So
So
yeah, you just kind of
it's
get a good
not
laugh and some wholesome energy out of it.
it's not something you should be hyped for, but it's definitely not something that you should just like. You should still watch it for sure. Like I would say, definitely watch the show.
Yeah, it's I wouldn't say it's like anything like top 3 of the season or anything like that, but it should be very good.
Top 3 slots get filled by like
Attack
I
on
don't
Titan
know,
1,
Attack on Titan.
100%.
Yeah.
And after that, it depends what you like. I mean, ReZero probably is one of them for sure.
Yeah.
Oh,
mean,
yeah,
ReZero's next
ReZero.
actually on Mal, so I guess we talk about that next.
Yeah,
We've talked about
in one of our first
ReZero
episodes.
on the
Yeah, in one of
podcast
our first
before,
episodes,
though.
we talked about ReZero a lot. So I don't want to talk too much about it.
But basically, second half of the season, it's gonna be pretty hype.
Should be very good. Yeah.
What
Hopefully,
do you
it's
guys think
good.
of the first half of the season?
Okay. Yeah. So basically, what we said when we did a review of it was, so if anyone had listened before, they know this. But yeah, I'm just gonna like briefly summarize. We said that it's good and it's not disappointing, and we're very happy that ReZero is back. But the way that they've structured the series, has just made it so that series was a bit more sleeper.
Like that season was
a bit more sleeper.
a bit sleeper, yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
so because like they in
a
the
lot of
first season
looping
they
in the
didn't
same
do as
part.
much world building, and there wasn't an extreme amount of character development for other than the main character,
Mm-hmm.
which obviously is the most important in this show by far. But
Yeah.
yeah, but like now they you learn so much more. A lot of questions are answered. A lot of questions aren't. There are more questions, whatever, right? But our overall kind of like thing that we said is that now that they've just spent like 12 episodes, I think it was, basically setting up, expanding our knowledge, giving Subaru some more character and just making things more intense. I'm hoping that this next season is going to be like insane, you know? That's my hope.
I feel like, yeah, you're right. It could be a lot better than the first season at least. Sorry, not the first
Mhm.
season. The first half of the season.
Yeah.
Like, I hope that all that time that they spent with him going through like the same
The
loops
same
over and
checkpoint,
over
yeah.
again, just to gain little tidbits of information is like actually helpful, and that like means something.
Basically, yeah.
In the second.
Because then it means like, okay, well, it makes sense why we spent literally 4 months watching the same checkpoint. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, that's basically what we said. What did you think, Ham?
Of ReZero, season 2 or
Yeah, like that
season
first
1?
part.
Okay,
No,
the
season
first
one
part.
obviously is good.
Okay, so like the second part's coming out next season, which is like probably
Yeah.
going to be living up to his hype. As far as
Uh-huh.
like the thing is, it wasn't this bad. Like the first part of the
Second
season,
Mhm.
like it wasn't bad. Like it definitely was like decent, but it's not
Yeah.
something that's like very memorable for me in terms of
agree.
like content. Like it's probably going to be the most forgettable season in my opinion, because if you look at the big moments of like the first season of ReZero,
Yeah.
then you have like the Rem confession, right?
Oh my god, yeah.
You have the killing of the whale.
Yeah.
You have all
The
these
lap.
the
him
lap.
sleeping on the lap.
Let's go.
You have all these other events where it's just like like high energy, or like
Yeah.
super emotional,
Uh-huh.
or like pain and suffering, where they actually showed like the end credits at the end of episode 18 or whatever, and he felt like he was literally just getting frozen to death, and this guy had
Yeah.
absolutely lost his mind. Like the stuff
Oh
like
my
that,
god, that shit
That's
gives me
crazy.
goosebumps, man.
like that, like stuff like that gives you goosebumps, and just comparing that to the season that just came out
And you're
for
like, okay,
ReZero, you're a little bit
It was
like,
like,
bunnies, I guess.
yeah.
it's a little bit
The bu-
disappointing, but
bunnies, I guess.
Bunnies, I guess. I mean, yeah, that's alright.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's like bunnies, I guess, and then some lady
Bunnies, and
transforming
you're
into like a
like,
big dog. I don't know,
Oh yeah.
like
Garfield.
the repeated.
Garfield,
At least,
Lasagna.
at
like
least that
Garfield lasagna. Like
assassin girl did come back. Remember when she was
Hey,
like, "You'll
that's
see
true.
me again," and
That's
that's
never
true.
showed up
true.
again?
Assassin Girl did come back.
So yeah,
And
that's
he
that's
killed
kind of what I
Beatrice,
was
that was
talking about. It's like these things weren't really like the world felt really isolated to basically the mansion and the city that they were in for a bit, and that was
Mhm.
about it, right? Like we didn't really and like the path in between. That's basically how I imagined it. I basically imagined like the forest, the village, the mansion, and very far away on some long path, the big city. And then now there's not only more destinations, but there's also way more characters that matter, and we also are seeing more from the first season. So it's not like I'm shitting on the second season part 1, right? It's just like if they do set the second part right and they just keep using the information that he's learning and stuff like that, then I'm not mad, right? But if they don't, then I'm gonna be kind of disappointed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a nice short summary of the ideas from previous.
Yeah, let's not
previous
spend any more time on
podcast.
ReZero.
We got
Have
quite
you
a
guys watched
few left on
Beastars?
the list. No, I haven't.
I
know
have
Cooper
not.
did, I think, and he thought it was
Yeah,
good.
so did I. So I watched Beastars like 8 months ago,
Mm-hmm.
and Beastars is really good.
Like it's
I
actually
didn't think I
good?
would like it. Yeah, it's not ironic. It's not a troll show or anything like that. It's actually really good.
They just happened to
Um,
like make it furry, you know.
Yeah, I mean, someone might debate this. I feel like if they made it just people, it probably still could have been good. Basically, the general idea is just like animals,
Like the-
and you got carnivores and herbivores, right?
Like, do you think the plot required them to be like animal
yeah,
characters
they did need
for
to be
it to?
animals. The plot did require it because the entire
Okay.
thing is the struggle of like there's the fact that there's carnivores and herbivores coexisting in society.
Okay, then I don't really consider that
Yeah.
furry too much. It's like if,
Yeah,
if,
so-
Zootopia,
if,
the animal
if
edition.
the if the
Zootopia, the
plot
anime.
requires it, I think that that's like that's fine. It's kind of like
Yeah, like-
a brand new animal. Like the plot kind of required that
Yeah.
that the characters were like animals.
So I'm not gonna talk too much about it. But like it's basically a lot better of a show than I thought it would be. It's not long. It was only like 12 episodes, and now they're making a second season. I don't really know what they're gonna do in the second season, and to be honest, I forget how the first one ended. So I don't really know what it's gonna be. I don't know if it's gonna be continuation or whatever, but it should be pretty good. I think it was a solid show, and you know what? Even like AniTubers were saying, like I know Giguk at least. Giguk is like the main AniTuber I watch. If it's not obviously clear by the
Yeah, I
point
think-
that every
think you've
time I mention
noticed at this
AniTubers, I
point.
mention Giguk. Yeah, but he even made a video. I don't know if he made the video entirely about it or if it was just featured in one of his videos, but he even made a video where he talked about it for a while and talked about how it's actually really good and it's not just furry the anime. So yeah, you guys should watch that, and I'll definitely be adding that to my list. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to keep up with all these shows, man. This is a lot for one season.
Because there's still more to come. We're not even done
Yeah.
the list.
Yeah. Okay,
Oh, man.
next show is actually it's up there for me. Okay,
Not
this is
gonna lie,
Log Horizon.
I have not watched Log Horizon.
Dude.
You're gonna have to give me a rundown.
Okay.
It's
Wait,
pretty
Carter, have
good.
you seen it?
I saw the first season. Don't think I watched the second season.
Okay. So think SAO, right? Except
Right.
it's
Let's
it's
cringe.
not
Let's go.
yeah, it's not as cringe, and also characters being overpowered and all the problems that SAO had is not really a problem at all. So the main character is like the guy with glasses. His name is Shiro, and he's
Mhm.
like a mage character or whatever. And he's a strategist, so he's kind of like just like a really really smart guy, right? And yeah, basically they're playing their game that they normally play, right? And they play it every day, right? And then all of a sudden they can't log out. So it's very similar to SAO, except it's not a new game and it's not VR. It's just a computer game that they get stuck in, right?
Well, yeah, I think they
Um,
get like I think they wake up inside the world of the game they play. Like it's not like they're
Yeah.
just playing at their computer, then whoop, suddenly you're in the game. Like
Actually, yeah, I think you're right. I think they're like, wait, what the hell? Why are we in this game? Wait.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah. Slowly but surely, the world starts to develop, and you start to realize that, hey, well, these people obviously are looking for a way out, but but there's also, like, when if you were to get stuck in a game, right? Let's say you were to get stuck in a game. You were the main character of one of these games.
You were Kirito.
Yeah, you were Kirito, right? And you first arrive in the game, and now you need to figure out. Obviously, the end goal is to get out, but there's so many other things in between that you need to establish before you can do that, right? Unless it's obviously easy to get out, but it's not. So like, there's politics. There's, the idea of guilds. There's the specialties. Like in normal MMOs, you have like your people who do like who level their characters and try to become the best at PvP, like in combat guilds and stuff like that. You have your merchant people who are really good at all of like the side skills, crafting, herbalism, whatever, all that stuff. And that type of thing that I love about MMOs, because I love that stuff in MMOs, is like really, really emphasized. Watching that show made me want to play more MMOs. And yeah, anyway, it's just good, and the main character is likable, and a lot of the characters are fun too. And then I think the end of the second season, I'm not going to spoil anything, but like it was like really like groundbreaking in terms of like actually advancing the plot, because like I said, the end goal is to actually get out, right? But there's a lot of stuff along the way, and most of the show focuses on that along the way stuff that isn't really directly helping them get out, but is slowly pushing the plot. And then all of a sudden, we got a big drop of plot, and then it just ended. And then there was nothing for years. and I never thought we were gonna get another season. I watched this for the first time like so many years ago, and for the second time a couple years ago, like I think maybe 3 years ago, and then now all of a sudden I didn't even know. I didn't hear about the announcement. I just saw it when I came on Mal like a few weeks ago. And yeah, it's just wow, okay, we're getting another season of Log Horizon.
It's finally
I recommend
back.
you guys actually. And by the way, the studio that's doing it is the same studio that did Konosuba, Fate Stay Night.
Ooh, there we go.
Higurashi no Nakokoro ni.
Let's go.
And they also did the other seasons of Log Horizon as well. Yeah,
Nice.
they've done. I think they did the first season of Seven Deadly Sins too.
Oh, did they?
Anyway, it's not like some random ass season, random ass show. Is basically what I'm trying to say. Like it's
Like,
actually a
it's
pretty
good.
well established series that just like people never thought was gonna come back, and all of a sudden it's here, and we're getting the continuation.
Okay,
So, like, no game, no
that's
life,
getting
let's
added
go.
to the winter binge list.
Dude, Ham, you should watch the first 2 seasons before the season starts. You have a couple months, like
you got
over the
some
Christmas
time.
break.
Let's go.
You
Might
got some
have
time?
to.
It is actually really good. Like, and the music, by the way, the soundtrack is amazing. Like, yeah. It's basically after I watched SAO in like when I was like a lot younger, I wanted to watch more anime like SAO because I really liked SAO, and I just really liked the idea of games and like getting stuck in games and stuff because like gamer moment, right?
What a
and so
gamer
when
moment.
I searched up like anime like SAO or whatever, and some random forum post that I found was like, oh, Log Horizon, and then there was a few other recommendations too, but Log Horizon was definitely among the best of the ones in that list, and I think probably was the best, and it's comparable to SAO for sure if you want to talk about where it went wrong and stuff like that too. So
Oof.
no, I mean sorry, I didn't mean to say it like that. I meant like it's overall in quality, it's definitely like up there with SAO because SAO is still regarded as like a good show, and like it's overall a very good show.
Like animation
just, like-
quality is very good.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
people have problems with it. So I meant like when it comes all things considered, with the fact that like SAO had so many problems with the characters and a lot of people didn't like a lot of things about it, I definitely think that Log Horizon you could compare and maybe even say it's better. So
Okay.
that's what I was trying to say. I said it wrong the first time.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, Log Horizon is a big excitement for me. That was weird. I didn't mean to
There
say
we
it like that. Big
Big
excitement.
excitement. Let's go. Hype.
Yeah.
All right. I personally didn't watch Cells at Work, but I heard it was really good. Have either of you watched Cells at Work? Because they are making a second season. It's coming out next.
I have not,
I
but
have
know
watched
about
Cells
it.
at Work.
You have?
You
actually.
have. Let's go. We have an expert on the
It is an
scene.
anime of culture. I'm not gonna
Master
Okay.
biologist here.
Yes, I honestly, this show kind of like went underneath everyone's radar because, to be honest, it's a little bit childish and it's a little like it's a meme show, but honestly, it's worth it's definitely worth watching. Like, I wouldn't recommend it to anyone, to be honest, but like it's just a show that like you can watch, you can chill, and you can forget about it. It's
You know what it
very
seems like?
episodic, so.
Oh, like it's not like it
Hmm.
doesn't follow like a big plot or anything.
No, no, no. It's
Yeah, I
very
didn't think so.
episodic.
Cause,
So.
'cause from what I had heard, right, it's just the type of show that like think of like a 5 minute. Obviously, it's not actually 5 minute episodes or anything, but think of like a 5 minute show that would play in between like ads on like Cartoon Network when you're a kid.
Mm-hmm.
Like random, like you're watching like these big shows, and then all of a sudden you get like one clip, like one animation scene that lasts like a few minutes only of some other show, and it's just one of those shows that just plays in between other shows. Like you know what I mean, like that type of thing.
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah, I can't think of any example sadly, but like yeah, basically think like one skit of Tom and Jerry in between episodes of the actual show that's airing,
Okay.
but it sells at work.
Okay.
That's how I always imagined it, right? Where it's like that, just like that kind of like random, lighthearted, fun show that's a bit educational and funny, and just plays in between the things that people are actually excited for.
Mm-hmm. It kind of
So
reminds me of.
yeah, go
It
ahead.
kind of reminds me of like Dragon Maid, whatever that one was called.
Mm,
I think
I actually haven't seen
refer to
that.
it as Dragon Maid. Like it's just episodic and like just
Yeah,
kind of lighthearted and stuff.
and it kind of makes sense too because this season, like, I mean, no offense to this show, right? But like, there's definitely a lot better things that people are waiting for. So
It might be a little under the
I mean, people are gonna watch it probably
under
for
the
sure,
radar.
and people are gonna like it too. Maybe, like I don't know how good it's gonna be, but like it's gonna be definitely a side thing compared to a lot of
Compared to
stuff we've
all of
already
the
mentioned.
amazing stuff we have coming
Yeah.
out next season. Yeah.
Okay, honestly, I'm scrolling through right now, and the rest there's still some like mainstream stuff, but there isn't anything I like know too well.
I mean, there's Seven Deadly Sins is coming out with the fourth season.
Oh yeah,
I think
true.
people have just been memeing on Seven Deadly Sins for like the entire last season and a half or something.
I heard it got better though. That's what some people told me.
I heard that the most important fight that they could have ever animated was the worst thing they could have ever
Yeah,
animated.
that was the
Yeah.
big meme. That was the big meme.
And
They
so,
kind
and
of
like the animation
botched the
screw ups
season
are
with
just
the animation.
like if it. I mean, honestly, I don't know if it's the same studio that's making this season. I don't know if people are gonna care too much. Honestly, like, I stopped
Yeah,
watching it like halfway into season 2. I just didn't care anymore
honestly, I've watched the first episode of that show like so many times.
because you
And
just
dude,
try
I
to
just
get into
can't.
it. Yeah.
I just can't. Yeah, like I don't think I don't think that's gonna last forever. I think at some point eventually I'll watch it and I'll maybe even like it. But
It's like it's one
Yeah.
of
The
those
thing is, the
shows that
first
like
two
if there's something
seasons were
bad to
actually
watch,
very
yeah.
well made, so it was just
I don't
disappointing.
know,
The
dude. I
first
watched the
season was
first
great,
episode
I
and
liked
the
it.
first episode has so much fan service just in the
Oh
first
no,
episode.
that's the entire show. Like
That's
Yeah,
just
and,
the
and,
entire
and,
show.
and that's the
the entire
thing. I
show.
know that people say that it's one of the most like fan servicey shonens out there.
oh yeah, it is.
So I'm just kind of like, bro, like it's not that it's bad. It just takes away, I think, sometimes from what's actually happening.
Mm-hmm. There's
It's hard to take
definitely
it
a
seriously.
point where fan service becomes jarring in a show.
Yeah, I mean, fan service I don't think is really ever necessary, but obviously it exists for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, like too much fan service is a problem, and I don't think not enough fan service is a problem. So they kind of just did that for some reason, unless I'm wrong, and there's just like a bunch of like horny teens that just watch Seven Deadly Sins and other big fan service shows.
They probably
mean,
do. Like 14-year-olds, they probably do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I imagine so.
Yeah,
That they're like,
probably. So
oh,
maybe
yes,
it is
let's
actually
go,
part
we
of
have
the
some fan
part of the
service.
thing.
Uh,
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, I probably won't
Um,
even bat an eye at Seven Deadly Sins ever again in my
Me
life.
neither.
But
Me neither. I'm
There's
looking
also-
through World Trigger second season. I heard first season was kind of big. I don't know much about it though.
World Trigger.
Uh,
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Wait, wasn't that a game?
I don't know.
There
I've
was
heard it before.
there's a
Is it World
certain
Trigger a game?
there's a
Let's
certain
see.
anime
Yeah,
Cooper
adaptation
was
of
telling us about, right?
manga.
Wh-
Or
Yeah,
no,
there was
then.
one.
That you were telling us about, Carter.
Oh, was I? Oh, are we talking about X-Arm?
XR.
Oh, finally get the shit on X-Arm. Let's go.
Let's
If
go.
you guys haven't heard of
Oh.
it, this won't be on Mal, but definitely it is a top one show.
Oh
this
yeah,
Yeah,
season.
so-
number one.
So guys,
Everyone should
we
be
just
paying
told you
attention to
we just told you all the
X-Arm.
shows that you should watch and that we are excited to watch, right? Now, before we end off the episode, let's tell you the one show that you shouldn't watch.
Absolutely do not watch X-Arm.
What's it called? X-Arm?
X-Arm.
X-Arm.
EX
X-Arm by Crunchyroll. Crunchyroll, guys, if you didn't know, is making an original.
They're
right?
making
and they
an
already have a
original
few.
anime. Well,
But-
they tend to help
Yeah,
adapt
they
some
help some other
things.
studios do some stuff. And like we thought, oh, God of High School partnership with Crunchyroll, damn. It's pretty good, right?
Yeah, they helped to
Animation
make
was amazing.
already good stories and like good art styles into good animations.
Yeah.
But XR, oh, it's like season 0 of Ruby. Like it's
Ruby.
just you have. So Ruby season 1 had like kind of a charm to it because there were like 4 people working on it, right?
Yeah.
But then you have X-Arm, which is being like sponsored by like an actual company, or like made by an actual anime company. The cover art looks like I would watch it. Like if you look at the cover art on Mal, I would probably watch this if I didn't see the trailer. Because the trailer
Is it in the Winter 2020 list?
Yeah, it is. You just gotta scroll down. Gotta scroll way
Jesus.
down. It's on the left side.
Okay, is it at the very? Oh, I found it.
Yeah. So the art.
That's true. The
looks
cover doesn't look
okay.
bad.
Yeah, I would watch something like this if I didn't watch the trailer. The trailer is. It's like It's like they failed an attempt at like rendering a PS2 scene. Like, it's so garbage.
So bad, dude.
Like the music
what?
is jarring. The visuals are terrible.
Yeah,
The animation
yeah,
effects are
yep.
trash. Oh,
Yep.
and it becomes so
Yeah,
much more cringe.
You sent me the trailer a few weeks ago when you first heard about it, and I remember when I watched it, I honestly just wanted to click off, like, because I think there was a scene where there was like a random like weird ass car driving down a street, and it looked like literally just like a flat 2D picture.
Oh yeah, I have that image right there.
Yeah.
It's literally a PNG on top of that
Yeah.
frame.
And then later there was like an explosion, I think, in the trailer,
Mhm.
and the explosion looked like an iMovie effect from like 2014.
Yeah, it's just like
If you have an iPod or an iPad back in 2014 and you like to make home movies like for fun or something, those were the effects, the quality of the effects. They were just like random missiles and stuff that explode, like horrible CGI.
oh
my God.
I'm rewatching the trailer right now. The effects are so bad. It's so cringe, man. And then
Yeah,
at the
so,
end they have that
guys-
line that's like declaring war on all science fiction shows and like
Yeah.
oh, God, kill me.
People on the internet, you're welcome to give it a try, and maybe I might even try the first episode. I don't know, because sometimes trailers can be misleading. You never know.
They might have
But-
accidentally rendered the trailer from 3 years ago. The original
Yeah.
concept art maybe.
But yeah, this one definitely does not look like one of the top 2 shows that you should put in your top 3, 6, 7, 10, 100 for the season.
If you brave the entire season watching this show, please leave a review on Mal, and
Yeah.
I will read it, and I will
Yeah.
cry.
We will
Maybe,
literally
the-
read
the
out your
lot
in a
of
few
reviews.
months,
time.
maybe in a few months, once like the show gets like properly reviewed and enough people have seen it and stuff, we can come back and like just like shit on it if it's bad.
If it's good, oh, I would be so surprised if it's good. I'll eat
I'd
my
be very
words if it's good.
impressed.
If it's
Yeah.
unironically good, I don't even know. I'll make some sort of promise,
don't know,
something to
depending on
like
what
self-deprecate. I don't know.
Depending on like what people say about it, I might actually watch it and see just for like the memes. There's another show we watched for lulz just to see how bad it was though, right?
Which one was that?
I don't even remember.
I
Was
don't
that
remember.
was that Demon
wait.
King last
Wait, was it what?
season? Demon King Academy.
Oh my
Oh, yeah.
god.
Was
Demon
that the
King.
one
Yeah.
or was it a different one? Where
Uh,
Demon
I
King
think
That
is
is
just
definitely
like
an example, but I think there was another one.
yeah, it's just
Yeah,
like watching
yeah.
it because it's a dumpster fire and you're like, heh, nice.
It's not actually fun or enjoyable or good or like well made. It's just
You hate watch
It's
it.
like, oh, I have 20
yeah,
minutes
it's
of time.
classic. It's a classic so bad that it's good.
It's so bad.
The only thing I liked about Demon King Academy was the opener, like the OP slap.
Oh yeah,
not
that
gonna
song was
lie.
pretty good.
That's the only.
And
good part
honestly,
of
you
the
know
show.
what? The animation was bad, but the way that the characters looked was fine. Like the art style itself was good.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
And the animation wasn't anything special though. It was very, very
Yeah,
average.
it was just okay.
Yeah.
Is there anything else we should be on the lookout for?
There was that one show that Cooper brought to our attention.
the
Wonder
yellow
Egg
one?
Priority. Yeah, like
Yeah.
there's no plot synopsis yet, but it's made by
Cloverworks.
Cloverworks, which apparently helped co-produce Darling in the Franxx and a couple other.
Promise Neverland,
shows?
Darling in the Franxx, Bunny Girl Senpai.
Yeah, so a
the
couple
fla- the
really
last
well known
series
ones.
from Fairy Tale.
That's
Persona 5
that's a
animation.
don't
like,
don't sleep on that one because that
apparently it can be good. Yeah.
Yeah, it has some potential here.
Yeah, honestly, like we don't. Yeah, like we're looking at the cover art right now, and like it's actually really good. Like the art style looks really cool.
This is
The
like
cover
very
art
akin
is
to like studio or what's it
like
called?
to Kyoto.
Kyoto Animation, yeah.
Yeah, it really looks like K-On! Or something. You know,
Mm-hmm.
that's what the girl looks like on the cover art.
Yeah.
It's like it could be good, but we
Yeah.
literally have nothing about
Yeah,
the
we
show yet.
literally have a zero clue what it's even about because there's no synopsis, and it doesn't look so good that I'm actually gonna look it up. Sadly, so
If I
I'll
could guess,
probably
it's like
watch
a slice of life. To be honest, like that's what it looks like to me.
yeah.
Maybe
Does it say
Idol,
that-
but
yeah,
they,
it's
we don't see
few
like a bunch
things.
of characters, so I don't know. Speaking
No,
Oh,
of
it
no,
does say
Idol,
slice
Biori?
of life. Actually, it does say
oh, it
slice of
is.
life.
Oh, it does say
Yeah,
slice
it does
of
say
life. There we
slice
go.
of life, yeah.
I
What
guess
about
right.
Non Non Biori season 3?
What?
Non-Non Biori?
Where's that? I
Yeah,
don't see
there it
this.
is. Non Biori non-stop. Third season of Non Biori.
Can't believe they made a
Cringe,
third season. I've only heard about the
cringe.
first 2 seasons. I haven't even.
What
Wait,
is
dude,
Non
I'm
Biori?
I'm looking at the movies too, and Evangelion's getting another movie.
Dude, what? Let me guess. It's 3.0 plus 1.0.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. They can't stop milking Evangelion. I
I'm
don't
pretty
know
sure there's
why.
also a Sailor Moon movie.
It's an
coming out.
addiction.
There's a Sailor Moon movie. Wait. Oh yeah, there is.
What?
Oh my god. Eternal movie 2. Yeah, actually
God.
Eternal. This girl been around for years.
Sailor Moon never dies, dude.
Let's
Yeah.
go.
Oh, wait.
Gintama movie's coming
Wait,
out.
there's 2 Sailor Moon movies coming out.
Oh my god.
One in January and one in February.
Oh
What?
lord.
Holy shit.
They got that combo going on.
Yeah, what the hell? That's pretty sick though.
Scroll to the bottom of the list. There's.
What are you looking at?
You know what I'm looking at.
Are you looking at the tornado or the one next to it?
No, looking at the no. Go to before the ONA section.
Oh, okay. Wait, just tell me the name, bro.
Nah, I can't
Oh.
say it. You know
Are you
what I'm
talking about
looking.
Abchi or whatever this is?
No. Go the row above that.
Oh
let's
my
go.
god.
Let's
Jimmy
go.
Hen?
Yes. That looks
Okay.
fire, dude.
I'm not putting a picture of this on the fucking on the
So
fucking
fire,
podcast,
man.
okay?
Nah, this is
Wow.
gonna be
Let's go.
sick.
Dude, this is right up your alley too. Fuck.
You
Let's
know me
go.
too well, dude. This is like
I'm not gonna watch that.
this is
like,
my
even if I'm
domain.
bored, dude. Like even if I'm so bored, I would rather watch Idols exclamation points.
Dude,
Oh,
why
man.
are there
Next
so
to
many
it.
idol shows this next season? Like, what are there, like 5
The,
idol
the
shows? Who
English
cares?
translation is Jimmy and pure heterosexual exchange that changes a reserved girl.
Why,
What?
man? Wait, guys. There's 3 idol shows. No, there's like 4
No,
idol
no, let's
shows
go to the
next to
top.
it. There's Idols, Wixos, Diva Life, Idoly Pride, and I Star Chu halfway through the Idol.
No, there's also a show
Wait, there's
by
another one
rock
above it.
stars as well, which looks like it'd be
Yeah, and there's
Geki
another one above
Idol.
it.
Gek
There's
Idol.
also
yeah, Geki Idol.
oh my god, there's also Gek Idol.
Gekidol
Gek-
probably or Gekko.
Gekidol?
Gekidol.
Okay, yeah. Well,
Gek
either
Idol.
way, don't watch those. No, just kidding.
No.
If you like idol shows, then maybe they're good. I don't know. I don't know anything
idol
about idol shows.
shows.
I don't
Do
know.
you
Have
like
Idol
idol
fun.
shows?
Do you watch idol?
Wait, do you like idol shows?
No, I hate idol
Oh,
shows.
okay.
Idol shows
Actually,
are weird.
do I?
Oh,
I
I've
don't
watched
know.
like
Plot
2
development?
idol shows.
I've
Character
never watched a
development?
single idol show, dude.
They actually aren't that bad, to be honest.
he's the kind of guy to
Okay.
watch Love Live. You know what I'm saying?
There was that one like horse girl show that I watched.
Oh, you watch that?
Yeah, I actually watched that.
Every time I go on Crunchyroll and I filter it by like a certain genre, I think it's always in the romance one. Is it a romance one?
No. It's like it was based off a video game.
Maybe-
What?
Okay, then I don't remember, man. Maybe
Yeah,
we're
I've
talking a
never
different
heard
show. Well, whatever. Horse show. I mean, it looks
Horse
pretty
show.
dog ass.
Uma
anyway, no
Musume,
offense.
Pretty Derby. Oh my goodness, that's what it's called.
Okay, man.
Yikes.
Okay, buddy.
That was
Yikes.
fire, dude. It was actually sick.
Yikes.
It got a rating. It got 7.3 stars out of 10, dude.
That's
This
not too
show
bad.
is
That's not too bad.
That's
actually
average.
this was some heat, man. I'm telling you.
Okay, dude. I think before Ham gets too carried away with his idol horse shows, I think we call it here. So, thank you so much to everyone for tuning in for this episode of the Real Talk Anime podcast. If you've enjoyed, please leave a rating, like, dislike, comments. We are looking for a lot more like interaction with people because right now, as expected for a new podcast, things are moving slow, and obviously that's fine. But basically, we're just trying to like see how we can at least engage with the viewers that are viewing, right? Because a community is a community. We want to try and do that. So, like I said in the last episode, follow us on our socials. Twitter, I think, is going to be our main platform probably, and that's real_talk_anime. And then on Instagram, it's just Real Talk Anime. And we're going to try to be a bit more active there. And yeah, I don't have anything else to say. Do you guys have anything else?
No, I'm good. I think we
Ham?
talked enough smack about X-Arm.
If in order to boost,
Yeah.
look, in order to boost interaction, if this video gets X amount of likes, I'll watch X Arm.
Yeah, if this video gets 15 likes, guys, I will watch X-Arm. And you know what? If it gets 20 likes, I'll watch X-Arm and Horse Derby Show, okay?
Oh
So-
my god.
First.
and I'll make a small side episode and upload it to the channel
And if
where
it gets
I review
if it gets
all
100
these shows,
likes,
okay?
we'll stream me and Anise making our Mal.
True. If we get 100 likes on this video, guys, 100 likes, you can do it, guys. We can go from 6 to 100, I believe.
6 to 1.
We will stream the Mal Party, okay?
We will stream the Mal Party on
Yeah.
God,
But yeah, that's all for today. So thanks everyone.
and we'll
bye.
feed Cooper.
No.